Apron's not. Okay.
Welcome to the Rise of Virtual Cheese Awards, showcasing the very best of British cheeses. I am Cara and I am moderating this session. This session we are judging Class F6 Ewes Milk Hard Cheese. And I would now like to introduce my two incredible judges this morning. We have Charlotte Smith-Jarvis and the wonderful, incomparable Mr. James Grant, who are going to just introduce themselves to you, the audience, and let you know what they do on a daily basis. Thank you, Charlotte.
Hi, everybody. So I'm Charlotte. I'm the digital editor at Specialty Food Magazine and Great British Food, where we celebrate all that's great about British produce. I'm very excited to be judging for the first time this year. And I absolutely adore cheese. I'm addicted to it. And I'm very, very interested to try all the cheeses in this class. Good luck to everyone who's involved.
And over to you, James.
Yeah, so hi there. Good morning, everybody. I am James Grant. I'm from number 2 Pound Street, Wendover Bucks, and also co-founder of the Real Cheese Project. Really delighted to be here for the 3rd year or 4th year running, I think now, and judging with Charlotte, who I know for many years as well. I'm very proud and pleased to be writing for Specialty Food, and it's an honour to be virtually here again at the Virtual Cheese Awards, tasting some of these brilliant cheeses made by passionate cheesemakers up and down the UK. Thank you.
So I think we will get straight in there. The judges will use a point system for scoring against 4 different attributes: appearance, aroma, texture, and finally flavour. The winner will be the cheese with the most points and will go forwards to the best category stage finals on Tuesday, the 10th of June. The first cheese we are judging in this class is F61088. Which Charlotte is very kindly showing to the camera. And James.
There we
go. Thank you, guys.
So it's a very, very clean. There's no rind on it. It's rindless. So it's been, I would imagine, aged in a vacuum pack of sorts. It is
very ivory in colour, isn't it? Very ivory colour.
Got a good nose. Slightly fudgy.
It does. It smells like vanilla fudge, doesn't it? It's kind of got that sweet.
Yeah.
A little bit of butter there as well.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the way it looks. There's
no
other notes. This is a hard cheese, low moisture. I'm going to cut straight into it.
Yeah, it looks very similar to a manchego, the young manchego.
Guys, how did you say it cuts?
It cuts fine. It's interesting when you cut into a cheese as well. For those of you watching that aren't potentially going to the lengths that we do every day with cheese, but when you cut into a cheese like this, it does open the volatiles, the flavor volatiles. You get more. It's like swilling a glass of wine. You're allowing those flavor compounds to come out. It's a similar action we're creating there by allowing the flavor to dissipate a little bit more.
It's a touch, like a very, very touch friable, like a little tiny bit crumbly, but still quite pliable in texture. Got a little bit of a bounce to it in the mouth.
A bounce?
A little bit of a bounce.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, I imagine, like, if it's kind of almost like when halloumi is very, very young before it's got quite dried out a bit. It's kind of got a little bit of chew to it, a bit like that. A bit of saltiness.
It's a tiny bit squeaky.
Just a little tiny tap, like tiny touch
squeaky.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's quite a lot of salt.
Yeah, for me, I would say it's a few % over salted. That dominates for me.
Quite salty. There is a sweetness to it as well. The milk, the sheep's milk, isn't very pronounced on the palate.
It'd be a really good melting cheese, I think, like that. A good cooking melting cheese, like to bring a bit of saltiness to something. But for me, I'm just kind of getting the two things I'm taking away from this are it's got a nice. You can still taste the butteriness, but it's being overwhelmed by the salt. There's a bit of a power battle going on between those things. In my mouth, anyway.
James, would you agree?
Yeah, mostly on everything there. To be fair, it's got quite a lot of salt.
Mm.
All right, 2 or 3% is more than it should be, I think.
Yeah.
As far as the flavour is concerned, I'm not getting anything really from this cheese. I'm afraid to say, it's not really delivering anything on the nose. It's got a pleasant nose.
Mm.
Nothing wrong with the look of the cheese, as that's how
No.
you expect this cheese to look.
Exactly.
But as far as delivering on flavour is concerned and length on palate, I'm not really getting that journey, I'm afraid, with this cheese. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the score and then guys on appearance.
Fine, 9.5.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. It does what it says on the tin. It's doing what it's meant to do.
Yeah, you can't judge it for anything else.
Yeah.
Flavor.
Aroma.
Sorry. It's quite pleasant. 8, 9.
I'm gonna say 9 because again, I think it delivers the smell you would expect of this kind of cheese and probably this age of this type of cheese as well.
Yeah.
Isn't a score?
Yes, that's a yes. The same.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was just saying texture, James.
Texture. I'm not really enjoying the texture. It's kind of slightly squeaky, which is interesting.
Yeah, I've never had a cheese like this.
Breaks up a little bit as well. A little bit. It's not giving me a mouthful. It's quite floury. It's very disjointed. The fats and the proteins is very disjointed. 4.
Yeah, I agree. For me, again, for this, the style of cheese I believe they're trying to make, it should be a bit smoother and should be a bit more comprehensive, like when it comes together. I don't think it's delivering that, at all. So I agree with the 4.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the flavour, please, guys.
I'll dive straight. I'm sorry. Go. You go, Charlotte.
You go first. You go first. I want to see where you're going to go, James.
No, it's all good. I think it's there's nothing as far as the positives of this cheese is concerned, which is very important. There's no notes, unsavory notes that you don't enjoy, but it's not delivering on any depth of flavor. It's not giving me. I'm not really knowing. Is this sheep's cheese? I don't really know that this is a sheep's milk cheese that I'm consuming. There is a slightly more weighted salt note to it as well, and the flavor is also affected by the texture as well, because you're having it's being broken down, so you're getting broken down flavors as well. It's not as what I would have expected to be, slightly maybe a little moister, maybe more together, and much more of a fuller mouthfeel, with more of a kind of lanolin sheepy kind of notes as well, which I didn't really get with this cheese. So for me, I'm afraid it's a 4.
I agree. I'm a 4 on this as well. I just found it very overwhelmingly salty, and obviously there are cheeses that can be that salty, but have other dimensions to them. That is like the main dimension of this cheese. I can taste where it might go. I can taste a bit of the butteriness underneath. I can't really get any of the like you say, the lanolin sheepiness coming through. But yeah, for me, it's just overpoweringly too salty. They need to sort of rethink the salt level of this cheese, I think.
Yeah.
Very much,
so we're going with a 4.
Yeah, I'm going with a 4 as well.
Okay.
It is. going to move on to F61139.
Yeah,
Okay, so for me, it's got more of a authentic sheep's milk coloration, much more ivory in color.
Yeah, a little bit of gold.
Um,
Ivory color.
the rind has integrated beautifully into the paste underneath. It has an amazing aroma, the rind as well, which is
really
coming from the biome that it's obviously in, is engendering more kind of airborne moldy notes. There's some lovely flavors there.
You can
The
smell
cheese
that.
itself smells great. The paste itself smells really inviting. I really want to get stuck into this piece of cheese right now.
Yeah, it smells really kind of like leathery, antique-y on the outside, which is what you again would expect with the way that they've made this cheese.
Yeah.
On the inside, it's quite floral. You can smell it. You can smell the sweetness of the milk.
Yeah, and I'm also guessing this has been covered in a cheesecloth as well, judging by the ridges and the lines on there. So it's really interesting. It's not what I was expecting.
No, it's not what I was expecting either. So for me, the texture's breaking up a little bit on this one as well. But it is definitely more cohesive. It's a little bit fudgier.
It's very cheddary.
It is.
It's like a cheddar.
It is. It's got the texture of a younger cheddar, though, hasn't it? It's got the texture of a younger cheddar.
It's mature, but it's good. The sheepy notes are coming to me towards the end.
Yeah.
But up front, I'm getting a dominated kind of, and it is in the Academy of Cheese. It is a flavor note as well. Cheddary. It tastes cheddary.
Yeah. It is. It's very.
The balance of salt is good. And towards the end, towards the end I'm getting the flavors that I attribute to sheep's milk cheeses.
Yeah.
Just at the end.
Sure, James, sorry.
It's definitely a bit more broth. The finish is definitely a bit more brothy. If you kind of like really sort of get in there and chew it, it's giving up quite a lot of flavour in the finish. It's definitely got quite a nice medium length finish. I'm getting sweetness.
I love the acidity to it. It's a very interesting cheese. It's a very subtle sheep's cheese.
It is.
It's a sheep's cheese definitely, but it's quite quiet. It's not as kind of pronounced. At the end, I'm getting it, but at the beginning, I'm just getting that kind of acidity, salt, cheddary notes.
Yeah.
I'm getting the fungal note from the rind as well. I'm getting some really interesting flavors. I've got a lovely, and I'm getting quite. I'm salivating with this cheese as well, which is quite nice.
It is. It does make you want to go in for more, doesn't it? I think the closer you get to the rind, as with all these kind of cheeses, it's just delivering more and more flavour as you go up and try. Like I've sampled it all the way along. Yeah, it's a delicious cheese, and it's very nicely made. A lot of care's obviously gone into making this cheese. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to go in for appearance then, please.
9.5 for me, nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Really. Or 10 even. I don't know.
I would go for a 10. I can't think of anything. It cuts nicely. You can see where they've cut it from the wheel. It's cut nicely from it. The cloth bound, it looks beautiful. You'd be very happy with that. Yeah, go for a 10.
Okay, aroma. I need to get a buzzer actually, or like a
The golden buzzer.
yeah.
Aroma is fine. There's nothing wrong on the nose. Everything I'd expect from the
Yeah.
rind and from the paste. It's a 9.5. It could be a little bit for me, a little bit more sheepy on the nose would be great, but I'm expecting too much. Every make's slightly different, so
I would go for a 9.5 as well. I would just want like an extra bit of like to it, like
boom.
extra bit of pow.
Yeah.
Feedback. Thank you.
Yeah.
Texture.
It's good texture. It's as I would expect for this style of cheese. It breaks down. It's got some good moisture in it. It has a good mouth feel as well, and it delivers. It delivers on texture. Yeah, absolutely. 9.5 again for me.
Happy with that, Charlotte?
Yeah, I agree. There's very little I would change about the texture at all. Yeah, lovely.
Great. And finally, flavour, guys.
And for me, it's a very rounded, cheddary, rich, good salt, good body. Towards the end, I get this lovely acidity, and I get the sheepy notes that come through at the end. I'd like to see more sheepy notes, if that's at all possible. I don't know how, but I'd like to see it more sheepy. Just seems to be a bit subdued, but it's just a very pretty, pleasing cheese which would grace, and it would be beautiful on anybody's cheese board. I think anywhere would thoroughly enjoy this. I think given the I think Charlotte, you put it the oomphness. I think a little bit more oomph on flavor would be really nice. So I think I'm going to look at 7.5 on that.
Yeah, I was going to go for an 8. I think that I wouldn't necessarily know. Well, I wouldn't necessarily know it was a sheep's milk cheese unless somebody told me. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You don't always want those sort of sheepy notes to come through, but I think it'd be nice to see them here. I feel like it needs I would like a tiny bit more brothiness from this cheese. I'm getting it towards the rind, but I feel like if we tried a longer aged version of this cheese, it would be really, really powerful, and that'd probably do it more for me. But I think it's really nicely made, and it's sweet, it's buttery, it's cheddar. It definitely has those a young cheddary note, mature cheddary notes.
Yeah. It would be. I think if somebody's going to a cheese shop to buy this and as a sheep's cheese, they may expect it to taste more sheepy. So
great
I would
entry level for them. Though,
Yeah,
if you were scared of trying a sheep's milk cheese and you like cheddar, this would be a really great transition cheese. Yeah,
no, absolutely. It can be a gateway sheep's cheese, which is perfect. With a little more weight towards the sheep, kind of pronouncing the sheep flavors, maybe a little more attractive for one going into a sheep's cheese for me. So I'm probably quite happy to stick on 7.5.
Charlotte?
I'm saying 8, but do I have to? But is that okay? do I have to be the same as James?
Well, we need to agree. We need to agree.
So... I'm happy to be led by you, James. I would like to see a bit more roast lamb in it, that kind of profile.
Yeah.
So
that's where I'm going with you.
That fatty kind of that fattiness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we sticking with 7.5 then, guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
I like the idea of that, like the kind of the fats and all that. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Cool.
Thank you very much, guys. We can now move on to F61200, please.
Yeah.
Ooh. The rind's quite sticky on mine.
Yeah.
On the top. Oh, I'm not actually the rind's breaking down quite. I don't know what yours is like, James, but the rind's breaking down a little bit on mine. Got a bit of
it's a bit moist.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is obviously not cloth bound. This has just been aged naturally with no cloth on it. There's a few
Ooh.
visuals in it as well. They would have known that when they packed it as well.
Yeah, just a little bit around the edges.
Can you just explain to people who are not aware what that
Visuals.
means?
So basically, if you get a little crack in the cheese on the outside, air gets in, and you'll get some other molds being engendered on the inside. Often you get blue streaks running through.
Yeah.
And that's what can occur when you have cracks, etc., on the cheese on the outside. This one's been aged in a cave environment, I'd imagine. It's
a
got
bit
a very
smoky on the top.
sheepy
Do you get smoke from yours,
aroma
James?
on the outside, and quite farmy as well. I'm on the farm now with the sheep. That's the smell I'm getting.
I've got
Do
quite
we
a
Do we know
I've
if
got
this is
quite a
raw
strong
milk?
smoky flavour
Sorry,
smell.
could you repeat that, Charlotte?
Oh, I'm saying I'm getting a very strong. I don't know, it's not a smoked cheese, but it does smell. Mine quite smoky around the edges, quite vegetal, and you can a bit farmyardy. I think it's going to be
It's a
quite
bit like
interesting to
forest
taste.
floor, like wet leaves and stuff.
Yeah.
On the is it? Do we know if this is a raw milk one?
We
Does
don't.
it tell you that? Sorry,
Mm.
We don't.
we don't. I imagine it's raw milk just
I've
by
just
the
dropped my
nature of
piece.
it.
Okay. It's very flaky.
Mm.
So I'll just hold a piece of this up. So I've just used a cheese plane on this. I think you can see it's kind of, you can really see the texture through there.
Charlotte.
Oh, let me do it again. It's not as powerful as it smells, is it?
Yeah, it's richer than it's a rich cheese.
Yeah.
Got some really pear drop sweetness, fruity notes.
You're
Coating
definitely
my
getting some
mouth
of that
really
lanolin.
nicely.
The lanolin,
Yeah,
the fatty, lamby
definitely
nature's coming through, particularly at the end.
oily
Yeah.
in a good way.
Yeah. The balance of salt is really well judged as well. It feels like it's a very full-bodied cheese. It's quite round. It's quite a nice round flavour profile, I think. I've got
Wow.
a little sharpness at the end as well.
It's got a delicious, I was about to say, delicious acidity. Lovely salt.
I spelled that
Very,
for
very.
a second. I'm so sorry. Just need to pause.
I like
So
the
yeah,
maturity. Yeah, towards the edges.
yeah, absolutely. So it's really full, as I said, full-bodied, rich, great acidity. It's got this lovely oily lanolin, sheepy notes, slightly farmy on the nose.
And it's got some pockets of moisture as well. Like there's little pockets of moisture through it, which are lovely, that give you a little bit of extra mouthfeel as well.
It's a very rustic farmhouse cheese, very traditionally made.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for this cheese, and I think the cheesemakers as well. It's a brave move to do this without the without the cotton muslin on the outside as well, if that's indeed what I see happening. So well done them, because obviously the cheese is open to potential fissures and faults as a result of molds getting in. So it's well cared for as much as it can be.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting nose. As you said, slightly smoky, moldy on the outside. Beautiful. Yeah, really interesting cheese.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this is what a very interesting cheese. One of the most interesting cheeses I've tasted today, as far as look and
yes,
the way
I agree.
made.
It's got a lot to offer, hasn't it? This cheese. It has from the taste, the texture, the appearance, and and the way it smells,
Yeah.
It's very multi-dimensional.
Yeah. So shall we mark it, Charlotte?
Oh, yes,
Let's do it.
please. Let's go.
So look, as far as I'm concerned, it's a 9.5. I don't think there's anything we can do about the visuals, etc. in that cheese. I'm not going to mark it down for that. I'm not.
No, I'm the same. I would have liked it to be a little bit. So mine's very quite squidgy around the edges, but I think that's just the nature of this type of cheese. It's a rustic farmhouse style kind of traditional cheese. I would expect it to look like that, so I'm very happy with a 9.5.
Okay.
Like you, James.
9.5,
yeah.
Guys,
Okay.
aroma.
Really interesting. Big journey.
It's a 10 for me.
Taste, amazing on the outside. Yeah, amazing.
10.
I would give it a 10. I think it's got quite a few different smells to it that make me want to dive in, and the smokiness, the leatheriness, the sweetness. I think it's quite an enticing smell. Pardon?
Have you tried the rind?
Yes. It's a bit different on both sides. Let me go back in again. It's very very sheepy, so very sharp, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm probably more in a 9.
Yeah.
Now looking at aroma, guys.
It's the aroma.
The aroma. So I'm looking at a 9. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're doing texture.
Please.
Yeah. I think the texture's great.
Happy
it's
with
really flaky. I love that.
Getting some great use out of that tool you've got there as well, aren't you?
I love my plate. I just think it's such a good way to get more flavour from these sorts of cheeses using these. I love how flaky it is, but it's still very together. Yeah. It cuts nicely.
It's got a lovely mouthfeel, great fat, nice and oily. Yeah. Great. 9.5 for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. And flavour. I'm enjoying this cheese. I think it's a journey cheese. I know it's a sheep's milk cheese. I've got that lovely, oily, lanolin, sheepy richness and great acidity and overall mouthfeel and a nice journey on the palate as well. I'm quite happy with the 9.5 for this cheese.
I think it could go 10. Do you think it could go 10 or not? What would you change around? Would you want a bit more sheepy?
On the taste, on the rind, the rind cracks from it, so it's between a 9 or a 9.5 for me.
That's a fair point.
But no matter what the category we've had, it's definitely the winner in the category.
Yeah.
I think it's a 9 or a 9.5 as far as the.
Let's meet in the middle then. Go 9.5. I think it delivers a great deal of flavour. It's really rounded. Really just ticks a lot of boxes. Cool. It really does. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Thank you very much for that. And you will be delighted to know, I'm sure, that the winner of this category is indeed F61200. So the Ewes Milk Hard winner, F61200. We would like to thank.
I'd like to know who that is.
Yeah, I'd like to know as well. We'd very much like to thank Butler's Farmhouse Cheeses for our wonderful aprons this year, and Miller's for becoming our cracker sponsor. Charlotte and James, thank you so much for some fabulous feedback on those entries.
Thank you for having us.
And just to let everybody know that the winner will be going forward to the live category finals on Tuesday, the 10th of June. And our grand final, which again is filmed live on Wednesday, the 11th, revealing the very best of British cheeses, along with the awards that recognise the talent and passionate, wonderful people in our industry. The day will culminate with the award of our Supreme Champion for 2025. Thank you again, guys. See you again shortly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.